Hello and welcome. I'm Polly from Handmade Decor, and today we're gonna continue working in the containers we started last week. So, as usual, these sessions are not planned, it's just showing you my natural creative process. So, let's see where creativity and inspiration will take us. Let me change cameras. Okay, so last week we were working on this container with beautiful IoT's stamps, and this is what we got from my idea, and a few things that I want to share with you about this project. First of all, this is what I saw in my mind. I used a different color. You see, this is a fluff in Dixie Belle's mineral chalk paint, and this is the same stamp. The differences are I used the black stamp instead of the gray, so we can see more definition. I used the gray last week. There you go. I used this one, but then when I created this piece, I used the black one, so I can see, you can see the difference in the intensity. And also when we started painting, we used a dava here in full 2 coats, but here I started with the dava and then I used a paintbrush, so I don't have as much of the texture as I have here. So there's a difference when you use a dava and you use a paintbrush. So I wanted a little bit more smooth, so the first coat was with this, and then I put 2 or 3 more coats on top just with a soft paintbrush. And then I came with my stamps, the IOD stamps. They're gorgeous. This is what I saw in my mind. So I put this little angel here. I showed you last week how I apply this, and then because I have more room here, this one was a little bit too small, I put both of the angels of the other stamp. This. And they're gorgeous. There you go. And then I came with these little lips here and start applying it and trying to fill out the spaces to complete the design. See, you can create your own scene, and that's the thing that I wanted to share with you, because obviously here it's nice, but you cannot see much of the design of these beautiful stamps. They're just amazing. Then I just did the antiquing part and I put a little ribbon here. So because I wasn't that happy with this, and that's not what I saw in my mind, I just redo this in a lighter color. So now I put, after I did I stamp, I let it dry completely. These IOD paints, they are permanent, but then I just put a coat of acrylic varnish. This is matte, and now I'm going to start the aging process. You saw me last week doing this, but I'm just gonna finish this one. I'm gonna use antiquing gel with a little bit of water, so it's not that intense. I mixed here like a bit of the antiquing gel, and then I fill it out with water. And now we're going to proceed to apply the antiquing part. This one loses the focus. I put the camera a little bit down also so you can see. Okay, let me get a container. Where can I put it? I'm going to put some here. I could spray here, but like on top of the surface, but I don't want to risk it and end up with a stain. I will also use a little bit of water. And as I said, this has a coat of a the varnish already. So here we go. Because it has the water in it, it will run everywhere. So before it dries, you have to work very fast. Like not very fast, but you need to be aware that it's going to, if it dries with it will drop, and you see here. I'm not worried because I know it has the varnish protecting it. So now I'm going to use paper. I like to wet it a little bit and start removing it. Look, if you don't like this step, you can totally don't do it. But to me, because it's and vintage decorations, what I do, vintage home decor, it has to be this aging technique. Look, because it has the varnish, probably you might take, if you take too much, you can reapply it in some spots. Notice that I'm moving my hands like in many different directions, so it looks more like I'm staying, you know, like a pattern, you know, like everywhere the same stain. I will insist more at the edges, creating that sort of frame that I was talking to you last week. And we let it dry, okay? Don't forget the bottom part. You will see that it opens because it has the varnish that is rejecting the gel. It's like subtle aging technique. You can do as much as you want. It depends on your taste. And well, this is these stems are so gorgeous that I don't want to bring the focus out of the design. You can also do some splatters, you know, like I wouldn't do that much because it's already very busy with the design, so I wouldn't do much on it. But I hope you can see how fantastic this. Can you see it? Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cuánto tiempo, amiga querida? Qué bueno verte por aquí. Look, ya me olvidé del portugués un poco. Hace tanto que no lo escucho. Me alegra verte. Gracias por estar. Estoy mostrando cómo trabajar en containers. Este es un container de plástico. Saudade, yeah, exactamente. Digo lo mismo. Saudade de você. Entonces, and that's it. I will let it dry. Lo voy a dejar. Linda. Muchas gracias. Obrigada. Muito obrigada. ¿Cómo se dice? El stamp. ¿Cómo se fue en portugués? Me olvidé. Stamps, sellos. No sé cómo se dice, no me acuerdo cómo se dice, pero bueno, I'm gonna let it dry, lo voy a dejar secar y vamos a pasar al siguiente. We're gonna go to the next one, which is this one. This one I painted with the last week, as you remember, with chalk paint. This one has 3 coats on it, okay? And for this one I was thinking of using some transfers, because I wanted to do one with stems, one with transfer, and another one with decoupage. So I got here a few, and we're going to decide together. These two are the same. Decide what to use. I was thinking something. Let's see. This will look fantastic. I don't know if we put it at the back. Let's cut it out. If I found my scissors, let's put it like this so you can see. Trying to remember how to say stamps in Portuguese. Yeah, look, might be one, but let's see how it goes. So you remove the backing of the transfer and replace it. I'm gonna start from here. Let's see. Come on. I lost a little part. Now we're gonna use las borboletas. Yes, son preciosas, son lindas. Vamos a ver cómo va aquí. It's very simple to use this. ¿Dónde estás ahora? The butterflies. Are you here in Australia? You said you're gonna move. Dijiste que te ibas a mudar a Australia también. ¿Por tu filia? ¿Estás en Australia o estás en Brasil? Me acuerdo de eso. So I'm just gonna transfer the image in our bottle here. You can check how it's going. I think it's going okay. All these round surfaces are kind of tricky to work on because of the shape, but it's not impossible. See? Yep. Ahora tengo dos nietos, sí. Además, estás en Brasil. Oh, congratulations, grandma. So, tienes dos nietos australianos. Felicidades. ¿Has estado por aquí? So we continue transferring this image, making sure it makes contact everywhere. We're getting there. Qué alegría por ti, querida. Es una bendición cuando la familia crece. Vamos a ver. Sorry if I'm out of the camera. Okay. Okay, this is what we got now. Can you see it? And now we're gonna burnish it, so we make sure all the little pieces are in contact with the surface. Okay, so that will be the bottom part. And at the top we can put this small one here. Let me think. Oh no, this one would be better. Okay, so let's start from here. We're going to create a composition. I'm going to start in the same spot. You have to go just as it is. Sorry, I'm out of camera. Oh, I think it's a little bit twisted. Look. We're gonna start from here first. And then we work the other part. Same process. This is so much easy when you work on dark base or backgrounds, because if you do decoupage, it's you're supposed to work on white or cream or very clear backgrounds. Otherwise you wouldn't appreciate the design. Okay, let's do the next one. So simple. Hello. I want to make sure that I'm transferring the whole image. is completely straight. I'm doing my best. Okay, so this is what we have at the moment. Can you see? That's the question. Oh, look, it's not straight completely. Well, that could be the back of the project, but I want to show you how easy it is to work with the transfers. And now for the center here, we're gonna choose, let me put this away. Now we need to decide what to put in the center. Oh look, I like this little bird. Could be the bird, could be the butterflies. Yeah, I'm gonna put more roses. I think it will be too much. Let's do this. As I say, I'm just creating like right now. I'm not planning anything. Without the thing in the center is too big. It is too big. Could be this one in the center. I think it's too much flowers. It doesn't feel right, you know. So let's find something else. How about decisions. I will put this one here, I think. Amanda, buen día para você. Sí, por aquí es la tarde, para ustedes es de noche. Estamos al revés, siempre al revés. Ups. Gracias, gracias. Te agradezco por estar ahí, siempre acompañándome, desde la primera vez que hice un en vivo. De ahí paré, pero ahora volví sin nada planeado. Yo creo aquí en el momento lo que me sale de la cabeza y del corazón, y eso es lo que quiero transmitir. So, pondría esto acá. Vamos a ver, de repente es too much. No, está bien, vamos a poner. Estoy mostrando mi proceso tal cual. This is just my process, creating as we go. Where is my thing? Here. I didn't plan anything. I'm just working with you guys. Just creating as we go. Turn a little bit so it's a little bit comfortable to work. These are tiny words. It's a paragraph. It's so delicate and subtle. It's beautiful, to be honest. So we can lift it up and let's see if it's going okay. Yes. Oh, it's so pretty. There's tiny bits. It didn't transfer. Look, there's one little point here that didn't transfer. There you go. And now, voila. Oh, it's fantastic. It's amazing. Look at this. Oh, it's so easy to create with the transfers. Oh, it's not that straight. That's a shame. But look, it could be just a design. Look, it's a handmade project. All these mishaps, these mistakes is what makes them beautiful, because it doesn't look that bad. It looks like you went from here and like the plants wouldn't grow straight. Yeah, it would just go like, I think it's beautiful. I would embrace this because it doesn't look bad at all, and I made it at the back. So okay, to me it's not finished yet. Just one more thing that we can put on top of this, like a butterfly, or the, let's see if these colors would work here, or maybe a butterfly, but I'm thinking on this side. Let me see which other butterfly we have. Something. Let's put, could be this pink one here. Pink and I don't know. This green, yellow one. I might use the yellow. Let's see. Okay. Isn't this fantastic? Which one? Decisions. Too much pink wouldn't be nice either, so we need to balance even the colors, and all these things. Could be green. Look, I'm gonna start cutting. Let's put this away. I'm gonna start cutting to place it. Could be this one here. Too much pink. I don't know. Let me organize my ideas. Oh, sorry, I'm out of camera. But I think it would be the little bird. I'm going to put the bird here. Butterfly over here. And this pink one. What time is it? This not 1 hour yet. I might put a yellow one on the red. The yellow one. Okay. Let's see. So I didn't want to put the pink butterfly because I think it's way too much pink all over. So I think the yellow butterfly will work better. I'm putting it on top of the writing so the composition is cohesive, like it's related with one another. I'm not gonna put it like away from the writing. Let me see how is it going. There's one more thing here. Okay. Yeah, it looks cute. It looks really cute. I hope you can see it. Yes, it looks cute. And at the bottom I want to put a bird, which is also kind of yellowish and a little bit of a blue. There you go. So you can combine your transfers and create your own design. I create in the moment what it feels right, because all these things are to me has a meaning. It comes from my heart, my soul, and because it's so cute, it makes me feel happy. It fills my heart with joy and happiness every time I'm creating. It's so beautiful. You see? Also, there's a little tiny bit here on the beak, and it's so cute. And now, because the bird is floating in the air, I might put something like probably this part here, something like, I need to give it something to stand on. I'll put this here, so. You can see the whole picture over there. Oh, it's so cute. I love it. But I'm just gonna give it something to stand on. So what do we have here? I could use maybe this part. Yeah, and I wouldn't use nothing with too much color. Probably, I don't know, this one. Let's see. I think this thing loses the focus and you're not able to see. Can you see it there? Alright. I will post the pictures. How is this going? This is dry already. See? With all this aging thing we've done. And I will put a ribbon, something. Okay, what time is it? It's almost, and I haven't done the decoupage thing yet. Okay, I will use this one. 1 hour goes so fast. So I'm gonna use this part. I'm sorry I'm out of camera. I'm just using something like greenery to give this cute little bird something to stand on. Did I cut it? Gosh. Where is there? So I'm combining all of my transfers. And I'm just gonna give it something to stand, that it will be from here to this area maybe. So we're gonna cut it so I can reuse the other part for sure. And we're gonna give this little birdie something to stand on. There. I hope you can see. Fantastic. Look, I didn't transfer the whole piece. There's a little bit here because I didn't want to disturb this rose too much, and I can reuse this. Just gonna put it over there. Okay, so this is our second project. I think it's beautiful. Of course, I'm going to age this as well. We have to pass the the varnish. I wouldn't do anything else here because I think it's already a lot happening. So I'm just going to give one coat of varnish and then do my antiquing with the antiquing gel. With water, which I have here. So we have two already done. Let me see if you can see. I hope, because this camera loses the focus, or maybe I cannot see. So there's two down, and now I'm just going to use a plastic bag and rub it so I make sure everything is touching the surface. Yes. Now we're gonna go to the decoupage. I don't know if I should show you now because it's almost 45 minutes already. I will post because it's the same thing we've done here. I explained it to you how I put the varnish and then I did the antiquing part, so I don't think I will post the pictures. So we're going for the decoupage. So we have the third container here and we're gonna work with decoupage. I'm showing you how to reuse, upcycle your containers with 3 different techniques, using stamps, using transfers, and now we're gonna do some decoupage. Let me show you, where is it? And just, this is a container that you're gonna have the full tutorial on my YouTube channel. Is coming. It's still a work in progress because I want to use the crackle technique. I think it's going to look fantastic. Well, I like it, you know, I love what I do. So I'm just gonna reuse the serviette here and see how it goes. Okay. Okay. So this is the serviette I was using in that container that I just showed you, and we're going to need a small container. Gonna need a small container to put let me clean it. Okay. We're gonna need Mod Podge, Mod Podge and the serviette. We're going to create our design too. Let's see which one will be the, this one is the smoothest. Will be there. So let's see. I'm going to start tearing my serviette. With my thumb I cover the design, and with the other one I just tear around it as close as the design as possible. You can use some water too with a small paintbrush. There's many ways to do this. It depends how do you adapt with the different ways to do the same thing. To me it's quicker like this. Oh, sorry, I'm away from the camera. Okay. I'm gonna just cut around this one because it's a very small container, so we need to adapt our design. Okay, I have this part. It'll work nicely here, I think. So the serviette has 3 layers. we just work with the top layer where the design is, because I tore this apart. It's easy to get rid of the other bottom layers. But if not, you just wet your fingers a little bit and then you just separate one layer from the other with water or a little bit of glue. Okay, so it'll go here. Now with a paintbrush that I put in the water already, let me take the excess of water, and we're going to start doing the decoupage. I hold it with one hand and I start applying the glue. Do it in a very delicate way, as long as you have I'm gonna remove this part because there's no image in there. We don't need that. And again, because it's a curved surface, it's a little bit tricky, but not that much. Okay, but it's still wet. What I like to do is to get rid of the serviette. So it doesn't have that halo, white halo. Okay. Stretch this a little bit here. Remove this as well. Making sure I'm not taking any of the design, just the white part of the serviette. You don't have to do this, but I feel like doing it now so it looks more real, like a painting. Okay, I think that I need to here a little bit. Remember, this is as long as the serviette is still wet, it'll work. I will put it in water again, and I'm going to smooth this a little bit. Very gently to stretch the serviette a little bit more. Put some more push in there. I like that better. Okay. Good. That was too. I clean this part. And that'll do. That I'm going to dry. Okay, let's dry. Okay, all the things when you put the varnish will disappear because this is chalk paint, and then even though it says it's matte decoupage, it creates like a difference. But you can fix this with you can come back with a little bit of the base coat, or when you put the varnish, the whole thing will look uniform. All right, so this is this part. What time is it? It's almost already an hour. So I'm gonna finish the decoupage part, and then I will just post the pictures. Okay. Let me see. I like this part. I don't have more of this design. This. Probably like this. Let's see how it goes. I'm just going to separate this again. Place it. I'm going to place it like this. This is such a small surface. I'm gonna cover it completely. Okay. I'm just going on top because I don't want to move it. This is another way to do the decoupage. You can do it on top. And just move the paper. You can see what I'm doing. I put some more Mod Podge. Put more water. Okay, I wouldn't touch it anymore. Okay, now I'm gonna dry. And now with this is file, it's nail file. We're going to remove the excess serviette. Always from the top down, never the opposite, or side to side. Look, I remove a little bit of the paint. I will retouch this. Sometimes happens, you know. This one I'm going to get rid of. So I show you two ways on how can you do a perfect decoupage. Look, it's just fantastic. Okay, so there's just this space here. We can Look, I can reuse this part, so never get rid of the tiny pieces. Maybe we can put this one. I'll just this other part. Yeah, I think I like that. Now to remove this. So we need to fill out this space here. I'm just gonna do it like this. I want to put some of this green part. And maybe like this. So I'm going to remove this stems. Okay. Oh. Oops. I think I need to stand up when I was sitting. Probably there. Yes, that looks nice. Let's remove the two bottom layers and let's do this. More punch, like tiny bit. Let's do this. Oh. Same thing, I'm going to get rid of this part. Oops, be careful. Be careful where you put your fingers. You can put it on top of the other one so it makes it cohesive, part of the same design. Stretch this part. tiny things that I don't like, I will remove it as closer as the design as I can. And I think here a little bit of water and more push. That's it. Okay. I think it looks nice. Let me just you should wait until the serviette is dry to do this, or you can take the whole thing with you. If you don't have much experience, just dry it completely, and when you feel confident enough, you can just do it very gently and you might get it out. Okay, so this is the decoupage part. I will put the varnish. What is this? Oh, it's from the bottle. I will put the varnish as I'm going to do with this one, and do the aging technique. Probably I will do it next week with you guys so you can see the result. But we finished my idea to show you 3 different ways to work on a container. This one is the stamp that I can't stop admiring because this stamp is fantastic. The IOD stamps are magnificent. And this one is the transfer, how you can create your composition with different transfers. And this is the decoupage one that we just did, and I will show you next week the results. Okay, thank you very much for today, and I'll see you next week.